Opel Manta B, 1975–88. The second car to use the Manta name was launched in August 1975. This two-door three-box car was mechanically based directly on the then newly redesigned Opel Ascona, but the overall design was influenced by the 1975 Chevrolet Monza. The Manta had more sporty styling, including a droop snoot nose not seen on the Ascona, which was similar to the UK equivalent of the Ascona, the Cavalier Mk1. The Vauxhall equivalent of the Manta was the Cavalier Mk1 Sports Hatch and Cavalier Mk1 Coupe. Up until 1981, Vauxhall models were sold in continental Europe alongside Opel in 11 countries, resulting in the Vauxhall Cavalier Mk1 Sports Hatch and Coupe, as well as the saloon equivalent of the Ascona B, competing against each other. Engines were available ranging from the small 1.2-liter OHV engine, the 1.6-liter C and the 1.9-liter C. Also in 1976, the GT engine from the Manta series was adapted into the Manta B program, spawning the GT Manta B series. In 1979 the GT had the engine replaced with the new 2.0-liter C, actually an overhead cam design, but based on the C block, and with a new design Bosch injection system. Power output was now 110 PS, 108 horsepower, 81 kilowatts. The 1.9-liter engine gave way to the 2.0-liter S engine, which was aspirated by a Varijet 2 carburetor. This engine was the most used engine by Opel at the time, and was to be found in several Opel Rekord cars. Opel also offered a dealer-installed tuning kit for the fuel-injected engine, promising at least 125 PS, 123 horsepower, 92 kilowatts, thanks to a modified camshaft, valve lifters, and exhaust system. The B-Series Manta fitted 185/70R13 Pirelli Cinturato CN36 tires on 5.5 inches or 6 inches wide 13 inches wheels. In 1977, a three-door hatchback version appeared to complement the existing two-door booted car. This shape was also not unique, being available on the Vauxhall Cavalier Sports Hatch variant. Both Manta versions received a facelift in 1982, which included a plastic front spoiler, side skirts for the GT and XE models, a small wing at the rear and quadruple air intakes on the grille. Also the 1.2, 1.6 and 1.9-liter engines were discontinued and replaced by the 1.3-liter OHC engine, the 1.8-liter OHC and the 2.0-liter S and ESA engines, although the 75 PS 1.9 newtons continued to be available in a few markets. The GT was renamed and was called the XE from 1983, except in the UK where the GT name continued. Production of the Manta continued well after the equivalent Ascona and Cavalier were replaced by a front-wheel drive model Ascona C. The Vauxhall Cavalier Mk1 Sports Hatch and Coupe did not continue past 1981, and there were no coupe versions in the Mk2 Cavalier range. In 1982 the 1.8-liter Opel Family 2 engine from the Ascona C was fitted in the Manta B, replacing the C unit, making a more economical Manta B to drive. It could run 14 km per liter and use unleaded fuel. The 1.8 was very popular and was in production for 5 years, 1982 to 1987. The 2.0S models were discontinued in 1984 and only the XE was available with the large engine, GT/E in the UK. In 1986 Opel released the last Manta B model, the exclusive, 1987 in the UK, giving it all of the best in equipment. Recaro seats with red cloth, grey leather-like interior and the full body pack known from the i200 models. This consisted of twin round headlights in a plastic cover, front spoiler and rear lower spoiler from Mercer, side skirts and the known 3-split rear spoiler of the Manta 400, producing 80 kilograms, 176 pounds, of weight on the rear at 200 kilometers per hour. In the UK, the exclusive GT models were available in colors such as dolphin grey with matching dark grey cloth seats with red piping. These also had the quad headlights, front spoiler but a rear bumper which housed the number plate, coupled with a black plastic strip between the rear light clusters. The rear spoiler was similar to the standard GT-E. Opel finally ceased the production of the Manta B in 1988, only producing the XI version after 1986. It was sold as the GT-E in the UK. Its successor, the Calibra, sold as a Vauxhall in Britain, and as an Opel everywhere else, was launched in 1989. General Motors had decided in 1986 to develop a direct replacement for the Manta, despite a dip in popularity for affordable coupes and sports cars, possibly due to the rising popularity of hot hatchbacks like the Volkswagen Golf GTI, which even resulted in Ford deciding not to directly replace the once hugely popular Capri on its demise that year. However, Japanese products like the Honda Prelude and Toyota Celica were enjoying a rise in popularity at this time, while Audi had done well in the sector since launching the Coupe, Quattro in 1980, and Volkswagen had also achieved strong sales of its second-generation Scirocco, launched in 1981. Today, these cars are hard to find in an original, good condition, consequently the value has risen considerably over the last few years.